Welcome back. Let's just dive right into today's explainer. All right? We are on a very specific mission today. We're going to take you from a frustrated casual AI user to a full-on masterful AI whisperer. Because look, if you've ever sat there feeling like you're just not getting those mind-blowing results that everyone else on your feed is bragging about, well, you're exactly where you need to be right now.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You ask an AI tool a simple question, and it spits back an answer that's, well, completely generic, or bizarrely off-topic. Or worse, it feeds you a complete absolute fabrication, but delivers it with this unwavering confidence. It is incredibly frustrating when you know the tech is capable of so much more. But here's the secret. It's actually rarely the AI's fault. 9 times out of 10 is just how we're talking to it.
So here is our roadmap for today's masterclass. We're going to cover 5 main things. First, the AI hallucination problem. Second, prompt engineering best practices. Third, custom instructions and personas. Fourth, advanced chain of thoughts. And finally, number 5, mastering Claude and its artifacts.
All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the AI hallucination problem.
So to really master AI, you've kind of got to treat it like an incredibly capable intern. An intern who has literally read every single book in the world, but, possesses absolutely zero common sense. When this hyperliteral intern gets confused, we get what's called a hallucination. That's when the system spits out fabricated or misleading info, but presents it as absolute gospel. And the real danger here isn't just that the AI is wrong, it's that it sounds so incredibly right.
Okay, so why does this actually happen? Well, the root causes generally fall into 3 buckets. First, the AI might just have biased or incomplete training data. Second, there are just inherent limitations to the model itself. Now, obviously, we can't really fix those first 2, right? We're not the developers. But the third culprit, the one we have absolute, total control over, is misaligned, vague, or contradictory user prompts. We can drastically reduce those confident lies simply by changing the way we ask for things.
Which brings us nicely to section 2, prompt engineering best practices.
I absolutely love this quote from Alban Brooke. He says, use ChatGPT for at least 10 hours before you give up. You'll get a lot better at prompting. The takeaway here is absolutely crucial. Prompt engineering isn't some magical talent you're just born with. It's an iterative skill. You literally have to practice it. You have to try, you have to fail, tweak your words a bit, and then just try again. It's like working out a muscle.
Now here is a massive mistake a lot of beginners make. They use negative prompts. They'll tell the AI, hey, don't use bullet points, or don't be technical. But surprisingly, large language models really struggle to process negated words like don't. It actually increases their cognitive load. So instead of saying what you don't want, flip it around. Frame your instructions positively. Tell the AI exactly what you do want, like write a concise paragraph using clear, simple language accessible to beginners. See the difference?
And if you really want to level up, don't just ask a simple question. Provide a blueprint. We call this the mega prompt. A true mega prompt includes detailed background context, the exact format you're looking for, specific length parameters, the tone you want, and actual examples of what good looks like. By spelling out the whole shebang and leaving zero room for guesswork, you literally force the AI to give you exactly what you need.
Moving right along to section 3, custom instructions and personas.
Custom instructions are, without a doubt, a real game changer. I want you to think of them as this invisible background text that silently gets injected into every single prompt you write. You can tell the AI what your profession is, what your communication style looks like, or even formatting rules you absolutely hate, like never ever use bullet points. You set this stuff up once, and from then on, the AI constantly remembers who you are and how it should behave. You don't have to type a single extra word. It's amazing.
And this really illustrates the power of combining those baseline instructions with a specific persona. Look, a generic prompt is always going to yield a generic email. But if you simply assign the AI a role, say, tell it, you are a senior web designer targeting WordPress users, you instantly upgrade its entire vocabulary. You give it depth, you give it perspective. It adopts the expertise of that exact persona on the spot.
All right, let's step it up a notch with section 4, advanced chain of thought.
So there are essentially 3 main tiers of prompting we use. You start with zero shot, which is just your direct instruction, perfect for really simple, straightforward tasks. Then you have few shot, which is where you provide a couple of examples to guide the formatting. But the absolute powerhouse here, the big one, is chain of thought. This is where you explicitly force the model to reason through things step by step. It is an absolute lifesaver for math, logic puzzles, or really deep analysis. I actually want to slow down for a second here because this is super vital. By simply tacking on a phrase like, let's think step by step to the end of your prompt, you're forcing the AI to create a reasoning trace before it spits out the final answer. It mimics how we humans solve problems, but more importantly, if the AI makes a logical goof, you can actually read through its steps and see exactly where it derailed. You're not just stuck staring at a wrong final answer wondering what happened.
But okay, there is a super fascinating nuance to this. While chain of thought is absolutely brilliant for complex problems that take, say, 5 or more steps, recent research shows it can actually hurt performance on simple tasks. No way, right? But it's true. Forcing an AI to over-explain a super basic question can actually cause it to overcomplicate things and trip over its own logic. So pro tip, save chain of thought for the heavy lifting.
Okay, welcome to the boss level. Section 5, Mastering Claude and Artifacts.
First things first, here is a massive pro tip for you. If you really want to unlock Claude's full potential, you've got to ditch the browser and download the actual desktop application. The browser version is totally fine, but the desktop app is significantly faster. Plus, it supports plugins created by Anthropic, and it makes it ridiculously easy to add custom skills, so Claude basically works like your own personal employee.
Now let's talk about the crown jewel here, Claude Artifacts. When Claude generates something substantial, it doesn't just dump a wall of text into your chat feed. No, it opens up a dedicated side window, an artifact. This is the ultimate shift, folks. You're moving from just chatting with an AI to actively building interactive software and content side by side with it. It cleanly separates your final, polished product from your messy conversation.
And the capabilities here are, well, they're literally mind-blowing. We aren't just talking about a nicely formatted text document anymore. Claude can write complex code snippets for you. It can build fully functional single-page HTML websites. It can draw vector SVG images. It can even code interactive React components that you can actually click around and use directly inside the interface. I mean, Claude is essentially acting as your full-stack developer here. And guess what? It gets even better. These are not just static throwaway files. Artifacts have some serious advanced superpowers that come with up to 20 megabytes of persistent storage. That means they actually remember data across your different sessions. You can maintain personal or shared data states. And through something called MCP, that's Model Context Protocol, these artifacts can plug straight into your real-world tools. They can read and write to your Slack, your Asana, your Google Calendar. It's wild. Wow. Okay, we have covered a massive amount of ground in today's explainer, right? From curing those pesky hallucinations, to engineering the perfect mega prompt, all the way up to building interactive apps using Claude artifacts. You are no longer just a casual user. You now have the exact frameworks to be a true AI whisperer. So the only question I have left for you is, taking all these brand new skills, what are you going to build first? Thanks so much for joining me, and I seriously can't wait to see what you create.